don't, let me bring up our real entertainment tonight. We have a guest from Vincennes, Indiana.
Washington.
He wants to correct me. He's going to tell you more about where he's from. It's even more specific. And this guy, you might have seen last weekend at Cruising for Critters. He was a guest star and doing good for the animals. You know, one thing you cannot say about every comedian is that he's a genuinely nice person. So let's give it up for A-Ron Wade. No rupees for you, I see.
What is going on, Henderson, Kentucky? I am from the country. Love the country. It's peaceful out there. Anybody that knows the country knows that way back in the back roads, back when there's no houses, you got rolling pastures, gravel roads, empty beer cans, and naked people. I'm going to tell you something about the empty beer cans. That's how the naked people ended up out there in the first place. Oh yeah, it's a beautiful way out in the country. I'm going to introduce you to my wife real quick. We've been happily married for 2 years now. Leslie Wade is sitting right over there. Been married 8 years total. I ran that joke by her before I said it. I didn't want to be sleeping on the couch tonight. Oh man, I'll tell you a little something about me. I am completely deaf in my left ear. My wife says I just don't pay attention to my right ear. And to give you an example of how deaf I am, I was laying in bed with my wife one night and she let this big long fart. I actually asked her what she said. Yeah, it turns out she was just talking shit. Growing up in the country, we got to deal with a lot of stuff. Ticks. Anybody hate ticks? Oh my gosh, my mother-in-law said she found a tick on my wife. It was so huge. It was bigger than a nipple. Tell you what, if it was any bigger, it would have had nipples. And a couple things about a tick. You know, like 2 ways you can kill it. Bash it in the head with a rock for 15 minutes. Or light it on fire. It's easier. That's what my mother-in-law did right there in the middle of the kitchen. She lit it on fire. It's huge, popped, blew up, exploded everywhere. And she's a lovely woman, and she starts talking to this tick, petting its head. And its body parts are just everywhere. And she pets it. She says, "Are you dead? Are you dead?" I said, "Good Lord, Mom, it blew its nipples clear across the room. I think it's dead." I grew up with a really bad learning disability. I struggled all the way through school, got bullied and picked on a lot. I grew up with, the doctor said it was a high-functioning autism. Hey, anybody ever heard that? Asperger's. Yeah, I had Asperger's. The first thing he said when he told me I had Asperger's, I said, "Well, did I not wipe my butt good enough?" Asperger's, sounded right to me. And he said, "No, it's just a high-functioning autism." And I don't agree with that at all because I've been high, I don't function at all. Playing pool at my house the other day, butt naked. I'm not even to the good part yet. Been playing pool all night long. And I happened to look back this one time, and every time I'd drawn the pool stick back to shoot, it was opening up the curtains. And the neighbors were getting the show. I didn't think anybody was going to see me, but they took a picture and sent it to my text message. And they censored it out with a little smiley face so I didn't have to see the crack. But It was my ass. I've lived with it for 37 years. I think I know what it looks like. Let me tell you a little something about being married. Coming up January 2nd, we are 9th wedding anniversary. And I was in a comedy competition a while back, and I'm new to this, so it was my first time. And the judge came up and said, "Man, I know you tried your best, and you did really good. You started off strong, you just didn't finish strong enough, and we had to go with the next guy." And I said, "Well, that's all right. At least my wife didn't tell me that." No, honestly, our marriage, my sex life, like my comedy. I perform for 8 minutes. She laughs all the way through it. Being deaf, I grew up with hearing aids, and I was trying to get them in my ear right. I was at Walmart one day fiddling around with them. And has anybody been around hearing aids that shriek and they make a lot of high-pitched noise? Because if you don't have it in your ear right, it just, the frequency does that to you. And this woman was getting mad, and I was frustrated because I couldn't get her to stop making noise. This woman tapped me on the shoulder, said, "You turn the daggum things off. Every time you turn them on, all they do is squeal." Without missing a beat, I looked at her and I said, "You'd squeal too if I turned you on." Okay, let's see here. I went to the doctor a while back, and I found out I gained 8 pounds. And it getting older, it's just hard to keep the weight off. And 8 pounds, and I figured out where I gained it. I was at the gas station the other day, and I went to clean the car out. I put my knee down in the driver's side seat, and I grabbed the steering wheel, and I leaned over and grabbed a pop can on the opposite side of the floorboard. And my nipples started honking the horn. Like New York City road rage, not just one single beat. And I came back up, and I was hoping nobody saw me, and this old lady was just staring at me. And I didn't know what to say, and I said, "Well, pardon me, ma'am." I said, "My nipples must have just been so excited to see you." Last story I want to share. We got a 4-year-old daughter, me and my wife do, and back before she was born, we did an ultrasound. I'd never seen an ultrasound. I didn't know what I was looking at, but I was like, super excited. And the doctor walked in and said, "What do you guys think?" I said, "Well, I'm so excited we're having a boy." He says, "Well, what makes you think that?" And I said, "Well, look at that between his legs. It's huge. It's hung like his daddy is." They said, "Son, it's the umbilical cord." But we ended up having a daughter, and my mother-in-law and I don't get along very well at times. And so I thought it was a perfect opportunity. I called her up, because she swore up and down we was having a boy. And as soon as I found out I was having a girl, I called her. I said, "Mom, I got bad news about your grandson." She said, "Oh my God, what happened?" I said, "His dick fell off." I'm Aaron Wayne, and that's all I got. You guys have been great. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your show.
I feel like I'm going to wake up, it's going to all be a dream, right? No, Aaron, I didn't know we were going to come up with the origin story of why they're called honkers. Okay. Our next, right? Our next comedian he is the host of Murder Circus comedy show out of Louisville. Okay.